Oh yes, welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions News. It's your 15th of February, Friday edition of the news. You might be wondering, the astute among you will notice that I'm wearing the same t-shirt as I did yesterday. The reason being, this has actually been recorded on a Thursday because it's Valentine's Day. Then I've got some other stuff I need to deal with on a Friday. So yes, very observant of you. Our first story up is all about the unofficial Marvel Contest of Champions podcast. As you know, from time to time, we do shout it out on the news. And this particular episode is really darn good. So if you're not familiar with Gabe, he is the art director for Marvel Contest of Champions. And this episode is fantastic because they bring him on and they discuss a few things. It's something that I personally want to do for my channel, but I want to pre-think about the kind of questions I'd want to ask, especially ones that, well, have already been added. Like, for example, characters that were in the movies but Kabam didn't have time to put in. Did you know that they really wanted to put in Quicksilver? So that's kind of cool because we've been talking about that for ages and ages and ages. But they were going to look at the MCU version and not the one that's represented in the Fox movies. But this is a very interesting podcast. You do need to go and give it a watch, and also making sure that you're following them on the Discord. Our next story up, and I don't know if this was part of a kind of like rumor, I don't know what the kind of the lay of the land is, but there's some accusations going around that those that have been banned from arena bots and the usage of arena bots are keeping champions which they got through, well, using those bots. It seems like that is the case, that is true, though nobody is outing one another, which I can kind of respect. They're not going to like Takeshi 69 this particular issue, and obviously you need to understand that reference to get what I mean. But the fact is, yeah, people are kind of like, well, should they be able to keep the champions? If you've used an arena bot, have you got those through unscrupulous means, and therefore, do you deserve to keep those champions? There seems to be a lot of discussion on the matter, so if you did want to go and have a look, please do. Unfortunately, it looks like that this is going to be closed. So yes, nobody can really have their say. And if anything, I'd say put it in the comment sections below. What are your thoughts? Do you think that these people should either have those champions therefore removed based on that? Is it a bit too difficult for Kabam to actually go and do that? It's very time consuming. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section below. Next up, an opinion poll that seems to be doing the numbers, that's got some people talking about it, and that is, what do you think of Mr. Sinister? Was he a difficult boss? Was he an easy boss? Was he just kind of like a down the line boss? The fact is, he's alright. He wasn't amazingly difficult and he wasn't amazingly hard. He was kind of like down the middle. There were kind of tricks and tips in order to kind of avoid doing that. I think it's a case I just used Blade with the villain synergy and just kept spamming L1s going into blocks and trying to push him to L2 so I didn't get those effects of bleed getting replicated on me. Stupid, but it worked. And if it's stupid and it works, then it isn't stupid. Either way, whatever your methods were to get this champion down, put them in the comment section below. Help a fellow summoner out. There's lots of videos out there, so yeah. Bit of an interesting poll. Have a vote as well and cast your opinion. Next up, on what seemed to be a little bit of a surprise on Wednesday, is we've got a Captain Marvel event. Combat Clash. Another Clash event has come out. Yeah, with the inflated difficulty that we probably expect from now on. This new epic difficulty, which, well, is epic. It does cause a lot of frustrations in some aspects. So, yeah, for those that are going up against it, do take your time. Please look at the nodes correctly. And yeah, there's some painful champions and also some painful nodes associated with it. The rewards do seem to be quite nice, but the disadvantage is that you're not able to jump to the end champion, which is really frustrating, especially for those that want to just make it a little bit more easier on themselves. Although I have heard rumor, and I haven't got there just yet, that it's the case that you can't skip to the end boss after doing one path, which is, if that's the case, then that is going to be annoying. I apologise that I can't give you that information. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody. Next up, and it seems Kabam did an oopsie, potentially. I don't know whether or not they're going to correct this at the point the news comes out. But if you get the amount of romance crystal shards from Heroic, from Master and from Epic, it should total 22,650. But the case is, that is not correct. Now, I did a video, Romance Crystal Opening, which saw that I had a little bit over 20,000. The reason being, I did a few runs of like things in normal in order to get it up to 10 because I'm not going to do it on an odd number. It sounds bloody weird. But the fact is, it looks like there's less romance crystal shards actually been put in. On the 13th, Kabam Mike noted there might be a problem there. There's not any mistake in game, but there may be a mistake between what Kabam have advertised of what you get from rewards from the forum post and what you actually see in games. So whatever happens, there may be some more romance crystal shards coming away fairly shortly. On to our final story, and it looks like there's two things that come about from this image here. Number one, they've got an arcade game for Marvel Contest of Champions. My personal hope, it's like a virtual fighter meets Mortal Kombat, you know, type Tekken type thing. That would be quite cool, and it looks like it's got like joypads and kind of like special buttons, a special button and maybe like a basic or kind of medium attack or something. It'd be interesting to see how this plays out. Unfortunately, this is only in, I think, America, and it's Dave and Buster's. So I think it's a bit, you know, it's sad, but the fact is it's more popular in America than it is worldwide in other countries, especially Europe. So yeah, it's still cool to see something like this. But the big thing is, yes, there looks like there is some sort of promo thing for Captain Marvel. And how is this going to be represented in game? Is this just a there for design? Is it a case that we're going to see a brand new Captain Marvel? It is very hard to say. Will they rework the old Captain Marvel? I doubt it. I think this is a case that we'll either see, well, we're more likely going to see a new character. Captain Marvel's released in the cinema. We've just had the event now, so it looks like, you know, March is going to be a busy month. My personal thought is we're probably going to get Act 6 in March, based on the fact that if we've got a Captain Marvel event that's going into February, then more than likely March is going to be a busy time, and will be mid-season with Alliance Wars. There will be, it just feels like an Act 6 will go in there. Dungeons will probably come back as well. I just think that that's what is going to be a lot of content on, so Kabam have put the Captain Marvel event in for February. Either way, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is going to be a new version? Do you think this is just there for promo purposes? What are your thoughts? Put them in the comment section below. Now that's been your Marvel Contest of Champions news. If you enjoyed the news today, then hit the like button. Obviously subscribe for Marvel Contest of Champions based content. I'm up to lots of stuff at the moment. I've got just about to start a new freelancing contract. So yeah, it's all go for me. And as well, still stuff for the channel's got to be done. Website, merch, Twitch channel's got to be launched. PS4 stuff may have to be delayed just about a few more days. And some personal things which I've got to deal with. Life. Fun. But it's all good. I'm excited. I'm really loving the YouTubes at the moment. Thank you very much for all the lovely stuff you've been saying. And also at the same time, thank you for joining the Discord. Link is in the description below. And I shall catch you all very soon. Monday news. See you then. Bye-bye for now. Have a good weekend.